I've been training jiu-jitsu for a few months now, on and off. So if you put all that time together, it would be a few months now. And this is going to be the first video documenting my journey to black belt. I'm really hoping to get all the way to black belt. So this is the first video now. So we started up with some warm-ups, some front rolls, and technical stand-ups. Just getting warmed up here. And yeah, this is going to be a really cool series. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really, really excited about taking jiu-jitsu seriously and getting to black belt eventually. And so this is just going to be a little bit of a journey, documenting my progress and all that kind of thing. And you know, I can look back on this and see how I've improved over time, and hopefully it's an interesting journey for you guys to watch as well. So yeah, this is us just warming up in the gym, and today we learned all about X-Guard. So this was my first experience with X-Guard, and this is the coach James explaining to me that when I'm shooting for X-Guard, I shouldn't be putting my leg out, I should be putting my leg through, and then I'll be in a better position to, you know, tie them up in X-Guard. So I was making a mistake that when I was shooting for X-Guard, I was moving my leg outside when I should have been moving it inside. So that was definitely something that needed to be improved upon. So the focus of today's class was X-Guard. And yeah, X-Guard seems really cool because it feels to me like once you get in the right position, you can just sweep in any direction. And so what James was explaining was that if you can get your belt knots in line with each other, then you're right at the perfect center of gravity of the person. And so we partnered up, and this is Matt. And we seem to partner up a lot because we're kind of a similar size. We're both pretty big guys. I'm 6'3", and he's about 6'3" as well. And I think he's 115 kilos, and I'm 100 kilos. So similar weight as well. So it was my turn then to try the X-Guard and see if I could pull it off. But as Matt pointed out here, I was putting my knee on the outside first, not the inside. And what he said was I should keep my knee through and then just swing my foot around, and then that's a cleaner way to do it. And I think that's right. So that's what he was just explaining to me here. And then yeah, time to try and get the sweep. But when I try to sweep forward, I pull the lapel down and try to do it that way. But we're also learning how to sweep backwards as well. So this is his attempt at doing it as well. So yeah, I was trying to give him a little bit of resistance here, but he managed to sweep me pretty easily and went straight to knee on belly as well. So it seems to me like that's a pretty good transition, going from X-Guard straight into knee on belly. So the next thing we did was we were training sweeps from inside the guard. So what we're doing here is the flower sweep, which is where you put one foot on the hip and then you swing the other leg over to sweep from guard into mount. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, that felt a little bit unnatural to me. I think when I get in guard, and you'll see this later because I roll with Matt later in the video, when I'm in guard, when I have them in guard, in the closed guard position, I'm very reluctant to open my guard, which is kind of what you need to do for a lot of these sweeps. So I tend to get a little bit stuck. I stalemate myself a little bit when I pull guard on someone. So I think this is something I really need to focus on and figure out some of the sweeps that I'll be comfortable with, and then when I do have people in my guard, which is something I like to do, I like to pull guard straight away in the rolls. That just kind of feels natural to me. Yeah, once I know these sweeps, I'll have a way to get from guard into mount, which is, you know, part of the system to eventually hopefully submit the person. So yeah, this was Matt's attempt at sweeping me. I was trying my best not to let him sweep me, so I think that's why he felt a little bit of resistance there. And then just figuring out how to get to Americana from here, and tap me out basically. So yeah, we both had a couple little goes at that one, trying to sweep each other. But you'll see in a moment that we roll with each other at the end of the class as well, which is really fun because Matt's a big guy, and so yeah, he can be a bit of a challenge, and very, very strong as well. So. Yeah, it's just two spazzy work belts going at it. That can be pretty fun. But yeah, man, like this is going to be a really fun thing to document and see how I improve over time and sort of what I learn as I go. Jiu-jitsu has been really, really fun for the months that I've been doing it. I've had some experience doing like weight training and like a bit of powerlifting, so I do enjoy exercise, but jiu-jitsu has just been kind of another level, you know, another level of cardio and gassing myself out, and something that's been really challenging as well. So we did a couple more different kinds of sweeps. I think this one's from the mount, and so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sweep Matt so that I can go back up into his guard and reverse him and put him on the bottom. So this one we were told to do kind of more of like a hip bump sort of move, and use that kind of inertia to flip the other person around. Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, I think that felt pretty good. I didn't feel terrible. I think he let me have that one a little bit as well. Like, I don't think he was really trying to give me any trouble with that. But yeah, after we did those, then it was time to roll. So just have a little sip of water, and we're just about to get into the rolling now. So we decided to roll from sitting down rather than from stood up. So we both had a seat, and we started the roll from there. So as you can see, I always, not always, but like I like to pull guard like pretty much straight away. But you'll see like in this roll that I had a lot of opportunities to kind of open my guard and do a sweep. What Matt's doing, he went straight for the cross collar choke from inside the guard. So that didn't feel really like it was gonna work out for me. So I didn't feel like too threatened at the moment by that because he was still in my guard, so it felt like that probably wasn't going to work. But as soon as he stood up and started stacking me, I felt threatened, so I had to pull him back down, back into guard. I tried to sweep there. You see, I tried to sweep there, but I failed that one. I think what I should be doing here is I should be putting my knees higher and closing the guard higher up the body, and then going for something like a triangle or something like that. I think I'm closing the guard way too low on the body. So that's something I didn't realize at the time that seems a little bit more obvious now. But yeah, as you can see, there's been quite a few opportunities here for sweeps, but I haven't really taken them because I'm a little bit worried about getting my guard passed, because Matt is someone who can pass my guard pretty easily once I open the legs, and you'll see him in a little bit. He does pass my guard. But yeah, he just walked me all the way across the mat in my guard. So we decided, hey, let's just reset a little bit further in, shrimp back a bit, and continue the roll. So yeah, back in closed guard, back to where we were before, basically. And so now what I'm thinking is, well, we've been in guard long enough. It's time for me to start attacking. So I pull his head down, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I can pull my legs up and start doing maybe like a triangle or something like that, something that needs my legs to be higher up. But he starts stacking me again, and he actually breaks my guard here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm trying to circle for the back here. That's another thing. I go, oh, he's turning in too much. I can probably reach the back from here. So I'm trying to pull his arm, and then he closes it back down, and then we go back into guard how it was before. So that's another thing I sometimes try to do if I'm having someone in my guard. I try to go to the back, like there again. I tried there again, but he uses that opportunity to pass my guard. Yeah, there he is. He passes right into side control, but I get my knee in, and just as he kind of sweeps himself, I push him over a bit further and get to the top. But I felt like he kind of swept himself a little bit there. He lost his balance there, and that was the opportunity for me to get back on top. So now I think I should probably be a little bit lower here and try to just push him down to the mat, because he's doing a good job of keeping his shoulder off the mat, and I'm attacking the Americana probably a bit too early. So I go back into mount, right on top. And then I did the kind of Gordon Ryan trick where you don't push that arm to the mat, you push it to the side, and then they have kind of no strength to kind of counteract that. So I'm attacking the Americana here, but Matt is really, really strong, so I'm having trouble pulling his arm into my body. So I try to adjust that a little bit, and I'm really trying to get that close to my chest so that I can do the Americana. And then that's when I get the tap there, once I get it really close into my body. So that was the first roll, and then we do one more roll, but by this stage we've both been spazzing out for the past 5 minutes, so we're really gassed. As you can see here, we're both pretty tired. Matt kind of flops back onto the mat, and so we start in open guard, and then I go straight into side control, and then I see that he's not defending the mount switch, so I go straight into mount there, because if he'd had his knee up, I don't think I'd have been able to get there, but he had his knee down, so I just took that opportunity. And yeah, he nearly sweeps me there. That was almost a sweep. So I had to try really hard not to get swept there. And because he has his arms around my neck, I pull up my knees a bit, and then I start attacking that far arm that you can't really see for a straight arm lock. but he turns in a bit, and I don't quite get it there. So what I was trying to do there is push his shoulder down and maybe go into an armbar, but he defends that, so I go straight back into mount again, and by now he's super gassed, so he's just trying to breathe, so I go straight into the Americana, and yeah, that's it. So that was the first session. Thank you for watching this video. I'll be doing a little video for every session I do, all the way up to black belt, hopefully. So I think it should be fine. I think I should make it, and it's going to be a really fun journey. I can't wait to show you the journey, and look back on all these videos and go, oh my god, I was so terrible as we go forward. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to follow along on my journey with me. If you have any tips for me, like of any mistakes you think I'm making, please let me know, because obviously I'm very new. There's nothing refined about what I'm doing here, so yeah, please let me know if you have any information for me that's going to help me improve. And thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.